Hey guys, it's Kip from Famous by Friday Pickleball. Got a brand new paddle to review. Very excited about this paddle, the new Ronbus Ripple, the R1.14. Very excited about this paddle. Kind of heard about it coming out for quite a while now and knew that it might be a game changer a little bit and that Ronbus was trying something totally different, and we're going to see how it works. Very excited about this. Let me bounce through some of the components of this. I'm going to go through the measurements first. 16.5 by 7.5, 5.5 inch grip by 4.25 inch circumference. I'm holding up the Pulsar here because a lot of the components are the same as the Pulsar, and then one major difference. The Pulsar paddle had a carbon fiber grid underneath the raw Tory T700 textured carbon fiber surface. Now, those two components are in the new Ripple. It's the same carbon fiber grid under the raw Tory T700 carbon fiber textured surface. Those things remain. The big difference is the core. This paddle has a 14 millimeter EVA foam core that, combined with that carbon fiber grid and the T700 carbon fiber textured surface, should provide stability and kind of control, long dwell time. Very nice paddle. I'm going to show you some pictures of the core here and kind of show you what's going on here, and then we'll kind of discuss a little bit more, and then we'll head out to the court. All right, guys, let's examine the core to the Ronbus Ripple a little closer. As you can see, this is not a honeycomb core. This is not a poly core. This is a foam core that appears to have gaps. Almost, if you think of like the gearbox paddles that have the matrix, well, this is a much larger matrix. The gearbox paddle are like 10 millimeter by 20 millimeter, and they kind of alternate between 10 millimeter and 40 millimeter openings. These openings, these gaps in the foam, this is all the EVA foam. So these are gaps in the foam that actually cause the wave on the face. These gaps are 20 millimeters wide, 200 millimeters long. Out here on the edge, they're 20 millimeters wide and approximately 165 millimeters long. There's 4 of them. Now this decreases the weight. That kind of helps you a little bit. And I almost wonder, since there's not a lot of information on this core whatsoever, I kind of wonder if there's some structure here. You can see the white. I almost wonder if there's a little bit of structure. There's very limited resources or information on this paddle as far as the core. So this is just kind of an interesting view of it. But I almost wonder if this white area is a reinforcement so this foam will not flatten out over time. All right, guys, you can kind of see, if you're looking just right down the paddle, this is the core of the paddle as if it were lying on a desk. You can kind of see, this is the structural part of it. These are the openings. You can kind of see where it dips a little bit in the opening. But I almost wonder if there's a little structure here to give that foam a little structure. Once again, there's so limited information on these new Ronbus Ripple cores. It is a patent pending process, but it does kind of give you an idea what's going on there as far as the core. All right, guys, so as you can see, this core is totally different. Ronbus is getting it patented. It's going to be something that either is going to be a tremendous step forward or maybe never seen again, or a middle ground in there somewhere. But very excited to get out in court. Very excited to try this out. I did mention that when I was showing the core, you can see the ripples a little bit. I don't know if you can pick those up on the camera very well, but it actually has a wave across it where that core actually allows for indentions, hence the name Ripple. Very excited to get out to court and play this and hit this and see what it's like. I think there'll be a lot of people who want to hit this too. There's a lot of fascination that goes along with this paddle. So headed out to courts right now. Hope you're going to be there. We'll hit this paddle together, and I will be back. All right, guys, beautiful Thursday afternoon. It's hot, got the courts to myself. Got my Brioti sunglasses on. Got the new Ronbus Ripple R1.14, let's go. That's kind of the Ronbus effect right there. This new Ripple fires that ball out. That was directly on path. You've just got to topspin this a little bit. Let me go off that cone again. Geared down on that one a little bit, still right in line with the target. This is one of those, it's kind of like the Yola, it's kind of like the gearbox, even the paddle tech. This is going to take a moment to get used to because it does have a little bit of pop. All right, let me go again. Came off of that one just a little bit. Still good, so really good serve. Let me go off that target. Yeah, there it is. There it is. You heard the pop that comes from this paddle. It does make a lot of noise. That's okay. That's okay. All right, let me spin a couple here. That was a good serve. But I win after that with topspin. All right, guys, let me spin a couple here with the new Ronbus. I can't get under this too much or it's gonna fly. All right. Still, that's really nice spin. I really backed off of that. I did not jump on it, but it still had really great spin, really great dwell time. That was really nice. This paddle almost spins whether you want it to or not, and that's going back to almost the gearbox a little bit. The Gearbox Pro, Ultimate, all that. All right. Oh, that was nice. That was so nice. Once again, you can't get under this ball a little bit because it will fly. It has such nice spin. Top spin. Most of us hit with top spin now. This paddle is going to really reward that. It's a good paddle. I like this. You have to spend some time with it. Ronbus Ripple. Hey guys, back. Just spent the last few weeks getting to know the new Ronbus Ripple, the R1.14. This paddle is fascinating. It's different. And it takes a moment to get used to. I'm going to bounce through the attributes here, but it takes a moment with this paddle to find the attributes almost. It is different. And it's supposed to be different. Ronbus made it different, and it is different. Let me bounce through the attributes. The power, I always start with the power. The power, average service speed, my average service speed, 48 to 50, 51.6, and you don't have to jump on it at all. In fact, if you do jump on it, that causes some problems. The power's there from every stroke you hit. Is it gearbox, the Pro, the Ultimate, all those things? Is it that power? No, it's a little bit under that. Is it the Yola TA15? No, it's a little bit under that too. That's kind of a good thing because you don't get those flyers all the time. You do get the occasional flyer, however, with this, but it's got nice power. Now, accuracy, control, and consistency are all pretty good, but you have to spend some time with this paddle to make it work. It's not first time out. When you first hit this, you're going to be a little frustrated, but it's there. You have to spend a moment, but it comes. It takes just a little moment. Great spin. This paddle spins without trying. You will hit some top spins and you didn't change your grip, you didn't roll it, you didn't 6 to 12, you didn't do anything, and you'll get some top spin. Now, with that comes, once again, just the occasional flyer. If you get under it too far, if you're trying to slice it, where you would normally slice, say, with a Gen 2 paddle, every once in a while that ball's going to really shoot. It gets air underneath it and really goes. But that's cool. It's got great spin. Spin enthusiasts are going to love this paddle. Now, all those things go back to dwell time, the core. It's got a very large sweet spot. And the technology on this paddle's really cool. Really cool. Defense to offense. Instant. You get every ball back. Now, every once in a while, the ball will pop up a little high, but once again, spend some time, and that will come. Very quick at the net, even though I've bounced this weight up to 8.2, 8.25 actually, it's still quick through the net, or quick at the net. You still get your hands through the zone really fast, and the ball just pops off of here. This paddle is really, really cool. It does some things so much different than other paddles But once you kind of dial it in, you find that happy place with this paddle. I kind of sense that now. I think I started out the opening video. Is this going to be a game changer? The foam core and how they did it. Is this going to be? Is this going to change every paddle out there? Are we going to see this as the next course? And I'm going to go with a solid maybe. It could, because it does some really cool things. I'm anxious to see where this technology goes and what might happen next and what Ronbus might do next. The only negatives I have with this, I do worry about the durability a little bit. I think I showed the waves in this right off, and where the ridges are, you can really start to see those come through. How's the durability going to be? We know the polypropylene cores, they start degrading instantly. Will this degrade? We don't know. We don't know the durability of this because it is so new. So you don't really know. Also, the cost is probably going to be a little high. I'm not even sure what the cost is going to be on this paddle yet, but it's going to be over $200. But there's a lot of tech that goes into this. So everything I've said, positive, negatives, have a little caveat that goes with it. Like, you know, what is going to happen? What's going to happen with this paddle? I think a lot of people are going to try it, but you've got to stay with this paddle a little bit. I played with it for, I don't want to lie, I played with it a good 5 hours last night. 5 hours with this bad boy. And I got to where it was pretty dialed in. I really felt like I could hit the ball where I wanted to, and it had nice control. You're never, ever, ever going to kind of mix this up with a Gen 2 thermoforward paddle that's nice and solid, and you can just hit on dimes. I don't know if that's going to ever be the case with this. Just need to play with it a little more time. It is kind of soft. I'm going to go to another negative here, and it's the first comment you're going to hear. If you get this paddle and go on the court, the first comment you're going to hear is the sound. You're going to hear, I'm sure you just heard it on the video, the harder you hit it, the worse that sound gets. It is really loud. That may be, that may rule some people out right there that may be playing a noise community or anything like that, because it really does. The sound off of this is really harsh. All right, guys, I'm anxious to see if you've tried this, if you're going to hit this, if you want to try it. It is not a bad paddle. It's just different, and it's quite fascinating. All right, guys, as always, hit like, hit subscribe. Leave me a comment if you've hit one of these already, or if you want to hit one of these. It's a lot of fun, and I love that Ronbus tried this. And it could be the next thing. It could. I am anxious to see. I could definitely play with it anytime, but I had to spend really a couple of weeks to dial it in and get the feel for it. And when we see that with a lot of the new paddles that are coming out, they're like that, it takes a moment. All right, guys, get out and play. Follow us here. Get out and play the sport we love.
Well, I hit one good ball in that whole stretch, so that wasn't your fault.